she's sleeping, the pyre still would. Tomorrow at dawn it is mine, I will not be there. I am 17 in a dress that does not fit. I am 17 in a dress my mother sewed for last spring. The bishop was at our door at sunset. The bishop knew my name. The smith was sharpening at the square at sunset. The smith knew my hand. I have heard the word they say behind their wooden walls. I have heard the word and I know what dawn brings to a girl who falls.
Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the path.
The forest at 17. The forest at 17. I am walking in the light and I will walk out unseen. The forest at 17. The forest at 17. I have chosen this hour. I have chosen this between.
I am not the bishops, I am not the smiths, I am the forest now. I am the forest.
I have packed nothing. What would the forest take from me anyway? I have packed nothing. What is a comb to a wolf? I have walked past the well where my grandmother taught me to draw. I have walked past the gate where my mother said be home by 4. I will not be home at 4.
I will not be home at any 4 after this. I have walked the lane that leads up past the orchard.
I have walked the lane and the lane has gone dark.
Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the path.
The forest at 17. The forest at 17. I am walking in alive and I will walk out unseen.
She walked in. She did not run. The pyre was already framed. The bishop slept that night with the conscience of a man whose work is finished by morning. He did not know the forest had work too. The forest has always had work. The forest is older than bishops. The forest is older than smiths. And the girl was old enough to choose.
I knelt at the foot of a tree I cannot name in any tongue. I knelt and the bark was warm. I knelt and the bark was thinking. The forest did not ask me anything I had not already answered. The forest did not promise me anything I had not already paid.
I did not feel a tooth, I did not feel a knife. I felt the slow exchange of a mortal hour for a different kind of life.
The dulcimer goes quiet, the cello holds the wolves at the way the forest gave me back. I am at my grandmother's stove because there is nowhere else. I am at my grandmother's stove because she is the one who taught the little cup with rose and honey she always made for me when I could not close my eyes through the middle of a dream. She is buried 6 weeks now, and I do not know if the cup will warm in my hand the way it warmed in her. Salt for the threshold, home for the threads, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the pass. The first 3 a.m., the first 3 a.m. I do not yet know I will not sleep again. The first 3 a.m., the first 3 a.m. I am stirring the spoon for a girl who is gone. The first 3 a.m., the first 3 a.m. And the kettle is whispering, and the kitchen is wrong. The chair across from me is empty in a way I have not seen. The chair across from me does not creak the way it did. My grandmother used to mutter to the spoon as she stirred. My grandmother used to bless the cup with a single word. I do not know the word. She did not write it down. And I am at the stove of a woman who took her language to the ground. And the kettle is whistling the same way it always has. And nothing is the same way it always was. Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the pass. The first 3 a.m., the first 3 a.m. I do not yet know I will not sleep again. The first 3 a.m., the first 3 a.m. I am stirring the spoon for a girl who is gone. Grandmother, I am still here. I am still here in a way. I do not know what kind of here this is. You did not tell me about this hour. You did not tell me the kettle would whistle the same. You did not tell me the chair would still be a chair. You did not tell me my hand would still warm the silver. You taught me the cup would help. You did not say the cup would help me, but the cup is helping me. The cup is helping me. And so I will stir to the left, the way she stirred to the left. And so I will count 3 pipes on the harpsichord, 1 for every wept. And so I will pour and I will sit and I will hold the cup. And I will not know the word, but I will not give the word up. The forest gave me an hour. The forest did not give me a song, but the kettle is singing what the forest could not. And the kettle is singing on, and the kettle is singing on. Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for a gas. The first 3 a.m., the first 3 a.m. I do not yet know, I will not sleep again. The first 3 a.m., the first 3 a.m. I'm stirring the spoon and the spoon is the same. The first 3 a.m., the first 3 a.m. And the kettle remembers, and the kitchen knows my name. Hush now, the cup is warm. Hush now, the hour is mine. I think the hour is mine. I do not know what to do with it, but the kettle does. Hush now. Dear mother, this is the 17th one. You'll burn this one too. I know you will. I am writing it anyway. You did not come to the funeral the village held for me. You did not need to, there was nothing of me in the box at all. The bishop preached a sermon over an empty wooden chest. The neighbors wept at a daughter who had walked off west. You stood at the back, the women told me decades later. You stood at the back and you did not lift your veil at the prayer. You did not weep, they said you would not give them that. You did not weep, and you did not look back. Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the past. The letter the mother burned, the letter the mother burned. 17 winters and the 17th burn the same. The letter the mother burned, the letter the mother burned. I signed my name in ink that knows your name. The letter the mother burned, the letter the mother burned. Hush now, mother, hush now, my mother. The grate is warm tonight, and so is the page.
I have written what the forest gave me in the language you would understand. I have written that I am still your daughter in the hand you taught my hand. I have written that the rose in my window was the little girl I sang to ground. I have written that I have a kitchen and that the kettle warms the room. I have written that I have a man who pours my tea and his name is Alexander. I have written that the wolves at the gate are kind and the chapel bell rings without rope. I have written that I have not become a thing you would not know. I have written that I am still somehow still your slow-eyed, slow-handed Florica.
Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the past. The letter the mother burned, the letter the mother burned.
I have ridden this letter to the post in at Brasov for 17 years. The innkeeper does not look at me when I hand it to him. He knows where the letters go, he does not say. The innkeeper's son has begun riding the route now. The innkeeper himself is old. Your mother is old. She does not open the letter, she does not need to. She knows your hand on the seal, she knows the ribbon. The neighbor woman tells me she keeps them in the grate and feeds them in one by one as the year goes. She does not rid them, but she does not throw them away whole. That is what I have come to tell you tonight, Countess. She does not read them, but she does not throw them away whole.
That is what I have come to tell you tonight, Countess.
She does not read them, but she does not throw them away whole.
I did not know she keeps the seal until the grate is warm. I did not know my mother holds the ribbon in her hand a moment first. I did not know my mother holds the seal that bears my mark. I did not know my mother knows my hand. I have been riding for 17 winters into what I thought was nothing. I have been riding for 17 winters into a grate that holds them first. The fire is the answer, not the no. The fire is the answer, the answer is slow. Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the past. The letter the mother burned, the letter the mother burned. 17 winters and the 17th burn the same. The letter the mother burned, the letter the mother burned. I signed my name in ink that knows your name.
Hush now, mother. Hush now, my mother.
The grate is warm tonight.
And so is the page.
Dear mother, this is the 17th. I will write the 18th in the spring. I will sign Florica. I will sign Florica, and you will hold the seal. And the grate will be warm, and the grate will be warm. Hush now. generations later, the grandson had been told the witch his grandfather burned was true. The grandson had a fever, the house physician would not come. The grandson rode the carriage I keep, the gate let him in some. I gave him broth and rose honey in a silver cup. I gave him broth and a bed, and the wolves did not look up. He left at dawn and lived to 38 and named his son Cullen again. And second Cullen lived to 50 and his son was the last of them.
Moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the past.
The House of Marești, the House of Marești, 6 lords at the warrant. The House of Marești, the House of Marești, 3 lords by the 3rd generation.
Marești, first lord of the line, Doppelplexi aged 57. Adrian Marești, his son Liver aged 38. Flori Marești, nephew Dent aged 50. Cullen Marești, grandnephew Fever aged 38. Cullen Marești the second, his son Fall from horse aged 31.
Cullen Marești the 3rd, his son Consumption age 45. Andre Marești, the last of his line, sailing accident age 53. None to follow. The pen that signed me to the pyre is in my parlor drawer. The pen that signed me to the pyre I keep for nothing more than to remember the small unsteady hand that held it, and to wish it well. The last of them came as a tourist 2 centuries after the pyre never lit. He was 21, he was named Andre, he was a polite young man. He had heard a story from his great-great-grandmother. He had come to see the witch's house his ancestor had hated. I gave him tea, rose and honey in the silver cup. I gave him a tour, I let him sit in the library. He did not know I was the woman his ancestor had ordered burned. I did not tell him. He left smiling, and I wish him well still.
Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass,
28th in my second free year. Kodru was no one's dog. Kodru was the first. Threshold, the moon Tonight the carriage will not be at the gate. Tonight a thing has been wrong in the village past the orchard. Tonight a man with a bad pen has been mistaking widows for witches. The pack and I are riding the long road in the dark. The pack and I are riding without a hunting horn. The pack and I are quiet, the man does not need to know. The pack and I will only stand at his window as the wolves know how. And he will see 5 sets of eyes in the dark, and he will see one face he does not know. And in the morning his pen will not write, and in the morning his pen will be in the snow. Smara is the matriarch tonight. She is Valkuta's great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter. Smara has the crack to gene, her ancestor code drew past 9 generations down. Smara sleeps at the kitchen door when the snow is falling slowly. Smara has never been in any spell book, and she never will be. She is not my familiar, she is not my creature, she is not my charge. She is a wolf at my gate who has come because the gate has been open. She is a wolf at my gate, and her grandmother was at my gate. She is a wolf at my gate, and her granddaughter will be at my gate. And I will name her too. Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the blast. The pack, 3 centuries of paw at my gate. The pack, 3 centuries of teeth that wait. The pack, I have not made you, I have not bound you, I have only fed you, and you have always found me. The pack, and tonight is Smara. Tonight I am opening the cabinet. Tonight I am setting them on the table. Tonight the volumes are out where the candle can see them. Mine, 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 mine. The Cypress Letters, my first novel for the press, published under a Petrescu. A man who never lived in any village in any province of any year. The publisher did not ask whose hand wrote the chapters. The publisher did not ask whose ink was in the press. And Petrescu received the royalties through a bank in Vienna. And Petrescu was me, the Countess, 3 years a writer at that desk. The novel sold 11,000 copies in 20 years. And Petrescu is buried in the garden under no stone.
Soul for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the past.
The volume buried never ends wine. 3 centuries of inkwells, 3 centuries of nights, 3 centuries of names that were not the name in my hand. Mine, mine, the volume only I have read is mine. And tonight the cabinet is open and the candle is on. The candle is on. The Black Door play, first staged in Bucharest a generation later, signed by Constantin Dumitrescu. Also me, also a name. I sat in the audience 11 nights. I watched the actress weep at the second act soliloquy I wrote. I gave her flowers in the lobby and she did not know I was the playwright. The Mountain at Dusk, oil on canvas, my first work in pigment, hanging in the National Gallery in Bucharest, signed L. Antonescu. The plate beside the painting is wrong, by one woman, by 3 centuries.
Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the past.
The volume only I have read is mine. 3 centuries of inkwells, 3 centuries of the volume only I have read is mine. 3
Light.
The volume only I have read is mine. 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 The
This is from page 107 of the Cyprus Letters. Maria stood at the window and watched the orchard go to its winter colors. She had been told all her young years that a woman who wrote was a woman who would be alone. She had not been told the woman who wrote could be alone with so much company. The words she had not yet written, the words she would write tomorrow, the words she would burn before morning, the words she would let the publisher have. Maria stood at the window, the orchard was still going. She did not say a thing. She did not need, the orchard was hers. This is from page 107. Petrescu wrote those words. Petrescu is the woman at this window. Petrescu is the woman with this candle. Petrescu is me. There is a book of 17 poems under Stoica, the work of a quiet summer. There is an essay on Carpathian flora under Di Marinesca, from a year of long walks. There is a translation of a Polish chronicle under T. Seneska, in a borrowed tongue. There is a sheaf of letters to the editor under 14 different names across the century. There is a recipe in the village cookbook under an old woman of the estate. There is a folk song the children sing in 3 villages, and the children think the song was always there. The song was not always there. The song is mine. Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, boon for the past. The volume only I have read is mine. The volume only I have read is mine. 3 centuries of inkwells, 3 centuries of nights, 3 centuries of names that were not the name in my hand. Mine, mine. The volume only I have read is mine. And tonight the cabinet is open and the candle is on. And the candle is on. Petrescu, Constantin Dumitrescu, L. Antonescu, Stoica, Di Marinescu, Tirnescu. 14 pseudonymous letters. The old woman of the estate. The song the children sing. Mine, mine. Hush now, library. Hush now, candle. Hush now. The cabinet is closed for tonight. first snow came in October. The first snow did not stop. The first snow held until September of the year after, and the house and I stayed. The estate gate did not open from October to September. The estate gate did not open. The snow held it closed. The road to the village was a memory. The road to the village had no carriage on it for 11 months. The post rider did not come. The bishop did not send the small annual letter. The wolves drifted in and out of the orchard, but they did not come close. Even the pack kept their winter farther than usual that year. Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the past. The frozen year, the frozen year. The estate is the only world. The estate is the only year. The frozen year, the frozen year. The hour is mine, the hour is mine, and the hour is here. The frozen year, the frozen year. And nothing happens, and nothing happens. I read the 711 books in the library through the winter. I read 43 of them twice. I read 3 of them in their original tongue, which I had been letting slip. I wrote 108 pages of a novel I would later sign a Petrescu. I braided the rope on the chapel bell, even though the rope was sound. I cleaned the silver, every spoon, every fork, every cup, every tray. I sang to the empty ballroom one night, and the ballroom did not echo. The ballroom was a kind ballroom that year, and held the sound. Song for grate is warm, the grate is warm, the candle is on. The rose at the window has not bloomed since October, and I do not water it. The rose can wait. The rose has waited longer than this for many things. So the year went, and nothing happened, and no one came to the gate, and no one rode out from the gate, and the snow kept the world out, and the snow kept the house in, and the house and I made our peace the way long companions do. And in September the snow softened and the post rider came up the lane, and he had a single letter for me from a woman in a village I had not heard of. And the letter said, come when you can, the thread is asking yours, Maria. And I knew, and I rose, and the year was over. Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the past. The frozen year, the frozen year. The estate was the only world, the estate was the only year. The frozen year, the frozen year. The hour was mine, the hour was mine, and the hour was here. The frozen year, the frozen year. And then it was not. And then it was not. The road was open by the second week of September. The carriage went out on the 3rd, and I have not stayed 11 months again, and I have not stayed 11 months again. Hush now, the snow. Hush now, the year. Hush now. small leather case. He arrived in the rain of the 8th hour, and his coat was thin. He had ridden 3 days from the village past the orchard. He had ridden 3 days because his Uncle Matei had asked him in the letter. Matei was the man who poured my tea for 41 years before this night. Matei died of an old man's cough in the autumn, the kind that finally takes. Matei left a letter in his nightstand with his nephew's name in his hand. And the nephew has come because his uncle's hand was the one he obeyed. Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the path. He was 23, stood at the kitchen door, hat in hand. He was 23, did not know the woman at the kettle. He did not know the kitchen yet. He was 23, and I let him in, and the rain stopped at the threshold, and the kitchen was warm. I gave him broth, the same broth I gave Callan Marești 60 winters past. I gave him a chair, the same chair his Uncle Matei had filled. I gave him a cup, rose and honey, my own, and he held it in 2 hands. He held it in 2 hands the way a young man holds something he does not know. He did not speak, he did not need to. The night was speaking already. The kettle was speaking, the kitchen was speaking, the rain at the window. I did not ask his name, he did not offer it. There would be time, there would be 127 years of time. Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the path. He was 23, stood at the kitchen door, hat in hand. He was 23, he did not know the woman at the kettle. He has the eyes Matei had at 23. He has the hands Matei had at 23. He does not yet know that he will pour my tea for 100 years. He does not yet know that he will sit across the table from me until his hair goes gray. He does not yet know that he will be the one who carries my letters to the post, and he does not yet know that he will ride to Brashov in the snow 17 winters running. He does not yet know that the woman at the kettle has been waiting for him longer than he has been alive. He does not yet know, he does not yet need to know. He drank the broth in silence, he drank the cup in silence. He set the cup on the table the way his uncle had set it before him. He looked at me once briefly, the way a man looks at a story he has been told. And I looked back the way a story looks at the man who has just opened the cover. He set down his hat, he stood, he waited for me to point him to a room. I pointed him to the small bedroom on the east hall, the one his uncle had used. He bowed slightly, he climbed the stairs. The kettle was still on, and I was alone in the kitchen with a cup he had touched. Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the path. He was 23, stood at the kitchen door, hat in hand. threshold, and the kitchen was warm. Hush now, young man, hush now, the bed is made. Hush now, the kettle is warm. Hush now, you do not yet know. Hush now, hush now. Alexander, sleep well. The kitchen will be here in the morning. The kitchen will be here in the morning. Hush now. The chapel has been empty since the priest before the priest before the last priest. The chapel has been locked since the year my consort's uncle died. The chapel has not been used for any service in 14 decades, and tonight the bell is ringing and the rope is on the wall. I was at the kitchen window when the first toll came across the courtyard. I was at the kitchen window, I thought the wind had moved the rope, but the wind was not blowing and the rope was hanging where it always hangs, and the bell rang again the second time, clear and slow and without alarm. I walked across the courtyard with my cup of rose and honey in my hand. I walked across the courtyard and the chapel was as I had left it. The rope was still on the wall, the dust on the rope was untouched, and the bell was ringing, ringing, slow and clear and without alarm. Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the past. The bell that rings itself, the bell that rings itself, the rope is on the wall and the bell is ringing. The bell that rings itself, the bell that rings itself. A sister is on the road, a sister is at the bend. The bell that rings itself, the bell that rings itself. And I have not been called before, and I have not been called before. And the chapel knew. I sat at the chapel door for an hour while the bell continued. I sat at the chapel door with my cup growing slowly cold in my hand. The pack came and lay at my feet, Smara's grandmother, the matriarch then. The pack came and lay at my feet, and they were not afraid of the bell. The bell rang at intervals like a heart that had remembered itself. The bell rang at at intervals, and the village in the valley did not hear it. The bell rang only on the estate, only at the gate, only for the woman at the door. The bell rang for a sister coming up the road on a horse the color of dawn. Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the past. The bell that rings itself, the bell that rings itself. The rope is on the wall and the bell is ringing. The bell that rings itself, the bell that rings itself. A sister is on the road, a sister is at the bend. The bell that rings itself, the bell that rings itself. And I have not been called before. And I have not been called before. And the chapel knew. I have not been called before. I have not been called before in 3 centuries. I have ridden out, I have written, I have set candles in window. But I have never been the one called. I have never been the one the bell was ringing for. And the bell is ringing for me. And I do not know her name yet. And I do not know her tongue. But she is on the road, and the bell is ringing, and the chapel knew before I did. I walked to the gate at the end of the lane, and I waited at the gate. I waited with a cup of rose and honey, grown cold in my hand. The pack waited with me, Smara's grandmother and 3 full-grown pups. The pack waited with me, and they did not bark, they did not growl. And in the late afternoon, a horse the color of dawn came around the bend. And in the late afternoon, a young woman in a gray traveling cloak rode up. And she did not say anything for a long moment, and neither did I. And we both of us listened to the bell that rang itself, and we both of us heard. Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the past.
The bell that rings itself, the bell that rings itself. The rope is on the wall.
And the bell is ringing.
The bell that rings
once more as we crossed the courtyard, and then the bell stopped, and the rope was on the wall, and the rope is still on the wall. The kitchen is warm, the kettle is on.
There are 2 cups. There are 2 cups.
Hush now, sister. Hush now. Three hours to dawn. The road is mist. The wolves are with me. The hour is mine. I have not packed, he packed for me. The case is on the seat across from me. Small leather his hand. He has put my comb in it. He has put my ribbon in it. He has put a book I will not open in it. He has put my second cup in it, and the silver tin of rose and honey. The book is on the seat, the case is on the seat, the cup is in the case. I am the only one in the cabin who is not a thing he has placed. Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the past. The pre-dawn carriage, the pre-dawn carriage, the wolves run with me, the morning has a door. The pre-dawn carriage, the pre-dawn carriage, the road is asking what I am riding for. The pre-dawn carriage, the pre-dawn carriage, and I'm riding, and the road is mine. I felt her on the thread last Tuesday at the third strike of 3. I felt a flicker, a kettle, a hand, a voice in a language I do not yet know. I felt a young woman somewhere west of here, somewhere across the mountains. I felt her stir a spoon, and the stir reached me, and the stir was a question. I have not answered her in words. I have answered her by leaving the house. I have answered her by climbing into this carriage at the second hour of the morning. I have answered her by being on the road. Salt for the threshold, moon for the glass, thorn for the rose bush, bone for the past. The pre-dawn carriage, the pre-dawn carriage, the wolves run with me, the morning has a door. The pre-dawn carriage, the pre-dawn carriage, the road is asking what I am riding for. carriage rounds the bend at the high point of the road. The carriage rounds the bend and the mist breaks for one moment. And there in the valley below, through a window in a house I have not seen, a single candle is lit. I have not been new to anything in 200 years. I have not been new to anything in 200 years. But the morning is asking what I have been carrying, and I have been carrying her. I have been carrying her. I have been carrying her. Sold for the threshold, moon for the glass, down for the rose bush, bone for the past. The pre-dawn carriage, the pre-dawn carriage. The wolves run with me, the morning has a door. The pre-dawn carriage, the pre-dawn carriage. The road is asking what I am riding for. The pre-dawn carriage, the pre-dawn carriage. I'm riding, riding, and the road is mine. 3 hours to dawn. The hour has a door. I'm weeping on the road. The candle is lit. The candle is lit. A young woman somewhere is set a kettle